Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 1010 Wins studio here in New York City, Hudson Square. What a pleasure it is having all of you here today. A big hand for all of our finalists out of the hundreds and hundreds of applicants that we got, and our 5 finalists that are here today. We also want to give a big shout out to Dime Community Bank, Steve Miley, Executive Vice President, Chief Marketing Officer. We are now concluding our 10th year with this particular program and moving on to our 11th, where over $230,000 has been awarded, and as of tonight, it'll be $240,000. We also thank our guests for being here, as well as our judges, and they'll be introduced by Rob in just a moment. Just a little bit about Rob Walsh beforehand. As a matter of fact, Ben Meverek is in the audience. He's our Vice President of News and Programming here at 1010 Wins. And we've been working closely with Ben over these last 10 and a half years with Rob in developing this program. And we thank Ben for his support, along with our brand manager, Ivan Lee. And a little bit of a story about Rob Walsh. Rob Walsh, as most of you know, is the former New York City Commissioner of Small Business Services, working under Bloomberg. And Ben had gotten acquainted with Rob Walsh and had asked him to join here at the studios to do the segment called The Bottom Line for Small Business, where he's done well over 1,500 segments of that particular program. It airs every Monday and Friday, 8:56 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. Well, a few years ago, Rob and I went to a commencement exercise for Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses at LaGuardia Community College. There were probably about 750 people in the audience. Rob and I walked in late. I wasn't late, but Rob was late. I was with him. We walked in. Bloomberg is at the podium. Shout out for Rob Walsh amongst everybody at the commencement exercise. Says, there's Rob Walsh walking in late once again. Gave him another shout out during that commencement exercise as well. Now, most of you have probably heard of business improvement districts. Rob Walsh started the very first business improvement district in New York City. Now there are 75 because of Rob Walsh. Rob Walsh, congratulations on what you've done. With that intro, I'd like to introduce to you Rob Walsh, 1010 Wins, the bottom line for small business. Rob, come on up and take the floor.
Tell Mark Brzezinski stories now, Ben? Do I get to do that? We don't have enough time. By the way, to keep going on the story of Ben, Ben often says it's the worst mistake he's ever made in his life is this station, including me on this. But it is great to be with all of you. Enough of the stories. Thank you very much, Mark. Welcome to another Small Business Challenge. As Mark mentioned, $240,000. Out to small businesses. And we did something different this time. Out in the reception area, you saw some of the highlights of the winners and how they've gone off and done some great things. And we have a number of them with us today. So allow me. Ashanda Kolklisha, would you stand up for a second, please? Now, one of our winners, Fix It with Piggy, I would like to say she is just doing tremendous work in our schools throughout New York City, teaching skills, technology skills for our youth. And what a difference she's making. With the $10,000, she opened up a new shop on the Grand Concourse. I went up to visit it, and it's just a magical place. And Ben, as I've done on a number of things, I'm now taking credit for a lot of her work now. It all started here. That's what I'm saying, and I'm sticking with that. Joseph Lee from Emma's Torch. Yep. Joseph, what Emma's Torch has done for refugees, for the disadvantaged, for folks who have come to this country looking for an opportunity. You did it through a restaurant, and then a cafe at Brooklyn Public Library, and then expanded the program to Washington, D.C., and now to Maryland. And if I have my facts right, I think you've been through 50 classes already, and have helped hundreds and hundreds of people stabilize their lives and get a better life through the work of Emma's Torch. Look them up if you haven't seen Emma's Torch. They run a great restaurant in a neighborhood where I happen to live, and have done some wonderful work throughout that. Emma's Torch. Thank you very much, Joseph Lee, for all you've done. It's just really remarkable, the work, and we're going to keep track of this. I did a segment this week on the bottom line, and I talked about the winners, but I also talked about the finalists and the preparation and the work that has gone in, and we've gotten so much help from Dime Community Bank in terms of sharpening the skills and developing relationships. That's what this is all about. And that's what 1010 Wins has been committed to doing. Mark joked around about my relationship with 1010 Wins, and I'll tell you what a very brief story about it. Right after Superstorm Sandy, when we were down and out as a city, one of my first calls was to the gentleman in the back of the room, to Ben. And I said to Ben, I could use some help. Boy, we're really, literally underwater in Dumbo, in Coney Island, in the Rockaways, and in New York Second, Ben helped us profile a lot of these neighborhoods that were bouncing back. And we went from neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood to build them back. And I got to tell you, I'm so proud of that relationship with a station like 1010 Wins. As they like to say, you give us 22 minutes, we give you the world. You bet we do. And I'll also point something out that recently the top ratings for our country's radio stations was published. Can anyone guess in this room, not for $10,000, who was number one during morning drive time? Anybody?
1010 Wins.
Do we have a slide on that? Oh, yes, we do. There it is. They're the facts, okay? This is not fake news. This is the facts. 1010 Wins. Ben, congratulations. And to the whole team on that. Here at the studios, we like to have a little bit of fun before we get going. Not that this event isn't fun. It could be intense. But we're going to give away 4 tickets today to the Brooklyn Nets for a game against the Portland Trailblazers. Look under your seats. There's one envelope there with 4 tickets. And if it's not under your seat, maybe it's under the next seat. Does anybody have that? Is it next to somebody's? Anybody? Is the person maybe not sitting in the seat? Look under. Don't rip out the stuffing. And don't remove that tag. Someone just picked it up, and here we go. There you go, 4 tickets. And with those 4 tickets is going to be a winning streak, because God knows the Brooklyn Nets need it. Okay, 4 tickets to the game. I think the game's on March 16th. It's right the day before St. Patrick's Day. So, hey, what happy St. Patrick's Day. Oh, wow. It doesn't get better than that, does it? This event would not be possible without our strong partnership with Dime Community Bank. And I was mentioning to one of our judges, Katie Goldsteige, about Dime Community Bank and the culture of Dime Community Bank, and how what has impressed me over the years is how engaged and how involved they are in our city. And let's bring our hands together and welcome the Executive Vice President and the Chief Marketing Officer of Dime Community Bank, Stephen Miley. As Stephen makes his way up to the stage, let's first enjoy this message.
Because growing a business keeps you on the go, we've got your bank. Because a steady cash flow is the lifeblood of your bottom line, we've got your bank. Because your workday simply doesn't stop at 5 o'clock, we've got your bank. Dime Community Bank gives you the digital tools you need to simplify your business banking, even deposit checks, anytime from anywhere. And we back our technology with a team that's always there, wherever business takes you. Visit Dime.com to learn more.
Together for Stephen Miley.
Thanks, Rob Walsh. Rob Walsh does more for small business in New York than I think all of us put together. Thank you, Rob. And I love this, by the way. It's very nice. We've got your bank. You know, when I came up with that slogan, I almost went with, we've had your bank, because we've had your bank for over 160 years. So, you know, times were tough in 1864, right? This city was actually being built from the ground up. And a shop owner in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, saw that if you were an immigrant and you were just working your fingers to the bone to build this city, there was one injustice amongst many, but there was one that he could do something about, and that was you were not allowed at the time to open an account at any of the banks in New York if you were an immigrant. They wouldn't let you. So William Grandy took it upon himself to implore another bank at the time, Williamsburg Federal, to let him open a small bank in the basement, right? And he opened it and said, for all of you that are building this city that don't have the opportunity to put your money in a secure financial institution, I'm going to do that, and it's only going to take a dime. Why is that important? It's important because William saw 161 years ago that these are the people building our city. These are the future leaders of our city. These are the people that went on to become famous and start businesses that have spanned the world and brought Brooklyn up and brought Manhattan and all of the boroughs up from what was truly a big park, right? And that's what I see, and that's what Dime sees in each and every one of you. You are the future leaders of this city. You are the future success stories. We're just waiting for you. That's what we're doing. But the one thing we can do while we wait is commit to support you, as Rob does, as Mark, as Ben, as Odyssey, 1010 Wins, everyone. If you are a supporter of this program and not one of the finalists today, stand up for a second. And Winston, I see you. Come on, stand up if you have won in the past, stand up. Here's my challenge to each of you, and it's a challenge to us as well, and the fantastic Dime folks at the back of the room will echo this. I want you to approach each one of these finalists at some point today before they leave. And I want you to say something to them, and I said this recently at another Business Challenge event, and I'm going to echo it again today, and that is, how can we help? For those of you that have been in the program in the past, you've learned things. You've gone through the gauntlet, and you're on your way, and we're excited to see your progress and your success. Just ask these finalists, how can we help? It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be anything more than your time. How can we help? So with that, what do you say we get to business and learn about these finalists? Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Steve. And congratulations to Dime Community Bank on opening, yes, another branch in our city. That's where the applause sign should be, but yeah. Where? In Midtown on Madison Avenue and 37th Street. I think I have the branch manager with us, right? Thank you very much. Yep, you bet. Thank you. All right. I got to get up there. I hear it's a great branch. We have a special guest with us tonight. I've mentioned her name already. Someone who I had the opportunity to work with during the Bloomberg administration. She is the czar of workforce development in the city. She has done so much for the city, working as a commissioner at Human Resource Administration, worked with me at Small Business Services, and now is the CEO of Goodwill Industries of New York and New Jersey. This is an organization that's been around for 110 years. They do God's work, right? Helping people, empowering individuals with disabilities and barriers to employment, and giving them independence through work. And in addition to that, only 64 programs she runs, and about 27 shops in New York and New Jersey. And she's done some interesting things with some of these retail shops, creative entrepreneurial work. So I don't want to steal her thunder, but I've asked Katie to talk a bit about the good work that Goodwill does for our city. Katie Gohl. You can sit right here and we'll.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Does that work?
Yeah. It does.
Okay.
And are you gonna ask me questions,
No,
Rob?
why don't you tell them a little bit
okay.
about Goodwill first? And
Sure. Okay, good. Well, I did, Rob kindly said that we worked together, but he was definitely my boss. So I've learned a lot from Rob over the years. But let me tell you a little bit about Goodwill. I'm incredibly proud to be the CEO at Goodwill. We are a nonprofit. I'm a social worker, and I've spent my life bulldozing barriers to employment. And that really means making sure that, as we say at Goodwill, no talent left behind. Everybody has talent, and our economy thrives when we're all working and contributing, which is what you guys are going to tell us about. And so I think it's a really great kind of synergy here. But let's start with the clothes, because that's what everyone knows, right, is the thrift stores. So I've learned a ton. As I mentioned, I am a social worker, so I did not know a lot about retail, and I did not know a lot about thrift retail, which is a very different, beast. Thrift retail is on the rise, as you may know, with the RealReal, ThredUp, StockX. I mean, all sorts of wild people are in the resale business. But guess what? Goodwill's been doing it for here in New York. We were founded on State Street in Brooklyn in 1915. So we've been doing thrift for a long time. And the idea was to reuse goods, and it's still a good idea. These clothes I'm wearing today, I got at Goodwill. These shoes, they still have life in them. And there's plenty of reuse out there. And the big message that I have is that reuse is for everyone. We want you all to shop. Some people worry, oh, am I supposed to shop at a thrift store? Maybe you've seen TikToks with big thrift hauls. Guess what? There's plenty of stuff. We consume and we make a lot of goods in this world, and it's really great to reuse it. So I'm encouraging you, if you're not already a thrift shopper, get out there and mainly shop at Goodwill. Our average unit price is $5. So while some things here in the city are 19 or 25, it's really an amazing deal that you can get at Goodwill. So while, again, there might be some buzz that things are different that they used to be at Goodwill's. They're not stinky, they're not old. Hopefully you're going to find them fresh and new. We really are excited that you have an experience that's friendly, that's fast, and that's fun. Thrifting is a treasure hunt, and that's really why people go. And so we try to make it really fun. In fact, 2,000 new items come out every day. So if you go once, you should come back because you're going to find something else that you like.
I love it. And it's also jobs, 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 isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You wanted me to start with workforce.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I do, but go ahead.
Well, no talent left behind is the way we like to think of it. And some people think, well, Katie, aren't you just getting people jobs at the stores? And the answer is yes, and. So yes, I make sure that we hire and retain and train folks that might be unemployed, underemployed, folks with autism or disabilities, mental illness, all sorts of folks that we serve as clients. And I also find jobs at CVS, at Verizon, at your brewery, at AMC, at MTA. I find jobs for over 4,000 people last year in different companies. And this year, Winston and I in the Bronx are going to find jobs for another 6,000. So we're going to go from
This is
serving
being
about
recorded, by the way.
4,000. Oh, yeah, this is my old boss right here. Rob did. We had a lot of numbers, didn't we, when we
Yeah.
worked together?
Well, we did.
We had a lot of charts.
But it's amazing. The work that you do takes extra effort, right? Folks who may have hit a barrier because of their disability take extra work, preparation, confidence building, resume building.
Absolutely.
Could you talk a little bit about the work that Goodwill does?
Yeah, what we do, what's our secret sauce? I mean, really is twofold. One is to work with the individuals and to work with the businesses. And so the first one is to work with the individuals. How do we prepare them, build them up, and really make sure that they know that we're not going to leave them behind, right? And that we believe that they can do great work. So that's both investing in training programs that I've built. You would not be surprised to hear that I've been building those for a long time. And they only work when you really connect them to businesses. So if a hospital really needs pharmacy techs, then we have been building them for them. If a phlebotomist really needs, those skills, and also in a hospital setting, then we're building that. So we try to make those pipelines that really make sense, which is what we've been doing all along. So we designed our own training programs. We partner with philanthropy and others to do more than what we have to do to make sure that no talent's left behind.
I want to shift gears back to the retail shops. I clipped something out of the New York Times last week, and I said, boy, the timing is going to be amazing. Katie's going to be in the studios at 1010 Wins. And the headline says, for Gen Zs, buying secondhand becomes second nature. And the article goes on and talks about Goodwill in here. I've noticed now there's a lot more thrift shops, that Gen Zs are not coming because they're price conscious. They're coming because they want to find something.
Yeah, I think it's two things. One is the Gen Z really wants to have that treasure hunt. They love the experience. I think millennials also, they wanted experiences versus, a thing. And so going out to thrift shopping, collecting, we were just talking about record collecting, having those experiences is something that thrift shopping can give you. And they do care about the sustainability. They love the reuse. They know that these items should be reused, and they should be reused domestically. So when you're here in New York, I have to say, our store on Livingston Street in Brooklyn, our store on 25th Street in Manhattan, our store in Elmwood Park in New Jersey, that's the donations. And we want to thank the over almost 900,099, almost million donors that drive up in their car or walk their bag to our store. We really appreciate that because then you can reuse it right there. You don't have to ship it somewhere magical, for reuse. You can do it right in your community.
I know the story, but they don't. Tell them about the fashion show.
Well, I started at Goodwill, and we did not have a big event. And I said, we've got to tell our story. Maybe I learned it from somebody, I don't know who. We've got to tell our story. And so we created a Goodwill Upcycled Fashion Show, and we invite FIT students, and we invite big designers, people you might have heard of, like Todd Snyder, Tommy Hilfiger, Tracy Reese. We've just got a lot of fantastic designers, and they go shopping at Goodwill off the racks. They don't get to go in the back, really, although sometimes they ask to go in the back. And they pick out 5 or 6 items, they rip them up, and they make a brand new item. And then we auction that off. So our fashion show is really all about what you can find at Goodwill and how you can enjoy Goodwill and the Goodwill thrift hunt. And every time, no matter who's the designer, they say, I had so much fun shopping.
And when are we doing the next fashion show?
May.
Because Ben and I want to be
Okay, you want to be models?
Yes, we do.
We mainly do women's wear, but okay.
That might be a problem.
Might be a problem. Actually, no, we did some menswear. We did some menswear.
I wanted the audience to hear the passion that this New Yorker has for this city, and the creativity and the innovation and what she has done with this nonprofit organization, and then introduce you to Katie. And I also wanted her to be one of the judges. So Katie, thank you very much. Sit right now here, and I'm going to call up the 2 other judges. Let's
Wonderful.
put our
Thank
hands
you.
together for Katie Goldstein. And during this holiday season, thank her for all the good work she does day in and day out. Thank you very much, Katie. Returning to the stage for another time. Are we ready for the challenge? Are we? Yep. All right. Returning as a judge I invite back Stephen Miley, the Chief Marketing Officer at Dime Community Bank. And our third judge, some are saying he's the Rookie of the Year, the Senior Vice President for Growth, Marketing, and Content at Verizon. Did I get that right? Absolutely. Okay. Matt Coakley. Welcome, judges. Thank you very much. Are we here? Are we ready to go? I think we're ready. Control room, are we ready? Give me the thumbs up and we're ready to go. First up, located in Nassau County, Long Island Igloos. What began as just a simple idea turned into a small business that provides warmth and comfort and is a popular addition at many events. Let's find out more from Neil Ainsworth.
I'd just like to give you a little gift first. It's a candle we put inside the igloo. I can't bring the igloo here because it's too big.
Candles for...
There you go. So we started Long Island Igloos in 2019, and we started at one, and we fairly progressed, and we set igloos up Buffalo Stadium, all over the city, rooftops, ice skating ring in Central Park. We do Toys for Tots. We do lots of free events for charities. We also donate our old furniture to thrift stores on Long Island. And recently my wife's grandmother died. She was in a nursing home. And we see that in nursing homes, they can't really get outside. So we're trying to get igloos at nursing homes on Long Island to give these people a chance to get outside in a heated igloo and get some air and experience something different. And that's what I would use the money, if I wanted, would pay my guys to set up and do demonstrations at nursing homes on the island. And that's it. I'm a little nervous.
Right here.
Oh boy.
It's just starting.
Fire away.
This is where I call on the judges and they grill you. You know, they're not going to like the candles, but we're going to start with our pro, Stephen. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
All the way from Long Island. All right. And actually further.
Well, originally from
Yeah.
Mayo and County Mayo in Ireland.
Yeah, County Clare.
And I thought that
I was
I
there in
thought-
the summer.
Yeah. Hey, so great story,
It's
great product.
myself and my wife that run the business.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Siobhan Ainsworth, I cannot forget her.
Truly, no, you better not, ever. Yes. So look, this is a great product, and it's interesting applications. How do you really envision bringing this to market? Like, say you win the grant today, right? And,
Yeah.
and say you win the challenge. How does that help you bring this to market?
It helps me put up igloos for January, February, March at nursing homes and pay my guys, because it's usually me paying out of pocket to my men to do free demonstrations and Toys for Tots and all these events we do. So this would help a lot, and maybe get some long-term rentals next year from nursing homes and progress. And we're setting one up on Monday on Long Island called the Berkshire, and it's going to be interesting, and we're going to go from there.
Excellent, thank you. Kate?
Hi, thank you. I really appreciate your charity focus. Tell me a little bit about the business itself beyond the charity. Who else uses them, and what's your biggest market for growth?
Corporate holiday parties in Manhattan, rooftops. That's number one. I have them at Walnut Ring. People rent them. That's a good one. The kids ice skate and the parents have cocktails in the igloos. And I have a rooftop with 3 igloos also in Midtown. But it's seasonal and I want to push it longer. The big money is November, December, January. But it's still cold till April, so I want to push it going further in different environments, like nursing homes as one.
Matt?
So thank you for that pitch. You mentioned the seasonality.
Yeah.
So what are your ideas around the summer? Is that something that you
Well-
can create a product for?
I have summer igloos. I have summer canopies. And I can do TVs in them, VIP lounges. I live in Massapequa Park, right beside Bethpage, and we were pitching to the PGA, but they were tight. So, but, you know, going further, we can do this, big events, music events, VIP, domes. I have all the furniture, all the stuff ready to go. And it would be nice to get business in the summer. We do get business, but not as much in the winter. So we could make it all year long.
Anyone have a follow-up?
I got one. So you get the grant and you continue to drive business, you and your wife scale it, you know, grow the products. 5 years from now, what does success look like for you?
For me, just being successful and happy and having a good family and just living a good life. And that will be it, you know, and living well.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for your pitch.
Thank you, guys.
Long Island Igloos. Stay warm. I mean, how great is that? Thank you very much. And this is the season for the igloos, right? Our next contestant leads Winter Center for Autism. They're based in West Babylon. The organization is dedicated to creating job opportunities and skills trainings for individuals with autism. Let's bring up Christine Garrity. Pass that? Yep, okay. There you go.
Thank you so much. We're making a difference in people's lives. Those are the words of our founder, Joe Winters. Before he passed away, he and his wife, Michelle, started the not-for-profit Winter Center for Autism, a place where young adults impacted with autism, similar to their son, Sean, can come for job training and employment opportunities. They felt very strongly that there were so many programs out there for young kids, but once you graduated high school, it was in comparison to falling off of a cliff. You'd lose your consistencies in schedules, your routines, even sometimes your friendships. Oh, there we go. We know that there's an 85% rate of unemployment for individuals with autism. Our center creates a workforce of young adults ready to enter in. We do that by providing job training in areas including clerical, culinary, janitorial, hospitality, garden and horticulture, even auto detailing. In the 3.5 years that our doors have been open, we have enrolled over 174 individuals. 121 of them have been hired, with 97 of them receiving a paycheck and 24 of them going on to volunteer opportunities in the community. In the 2 years that a participant is in our program, they not only get the job training that they need, but we match them with an employer partnership, of which we have over 60 across Long Island. I've given you a binder, and in that binder are some creative testimonials from some of the participants that have come through our program, and it speaks to the impact that our program has had on their lives, but also having that sense of belonging in the community. Thank you so much for your time and consideration and support of our mission to hire for a higher purpose.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Katie, you know a little bit about this topic, workforce and...
I do. This is great. Congratulations. I know this is really hard work, and you're absolutely right. Let me just validate. It's completely falling off a cliff, so adults with autism and intellectual disabilities do not have a lot of options as they get older. So I think this is definitely a need in the community. I guess, one of my questions would be, what would specifically would your next kind of program area be? Would it be a new sector, or what would you be diving into?
Sure. So with these grant dollars, if awarded, what we'd like to develop is similar to what you were speaking about. It's called the Job Readiness and Customer Service Training Program. A lot of people don't realize that some of the greatest challenges that individuals on the autism spectrum face have nothing to do with the job skill at hand. It has to do with a lot of that social anxiety or that interview process, that reciprocity. So what we would like to do is we would like to have a professional development course come in where we can teach them resume building, which will not only give them the tool that they need, but also give them the track to run on so they can speak more confidently about their achievements and their accomplishments, as well as work on customer service training programs, so this way they can handle some of those questions, even do mock interviews, so this way they can prepare themselves for that process better.
So this binder is fantastic, and you can
Yeah.
see the testimonials, and they're touching, and it's fantastic to see you impacting so many lives positively.
Thank
You partner with employers, correct?
Correct.
And so what are the testimonials that they have about the partnership?
Oh, well, we partnered with this one janitorial organization, and they've hired 3 of our janitorial crew to go out into the fields with them and go on tasks even after hours. And they've actually gone on and reported how it's changed their lives and how it's been more fulfilling to their employment, even the people that they work with every day. Because our employees, they go in and they're just filled with light and pride and purpose. So seeing their smiling faces brings such a new energy, and it gives them that philanthropic nature that they can really feel like they're giving back to society and bringing in a whole new community that's just dying to be a part of something. Hope that answers your question.
Amazing, yes.
Wow. Okay. So pretty personal for me because my oldest son is autistic. 24 years old and actually finally working in a field that he went to school for. So I get it. I mean, this hits real close to home, and there's nowhere near the resources available that these fine people need. So I guess my question is this. I think you're doing just absolutely great things. And I know that the grant is not $1 million, but it's a step. How do you not just prepare them with skills for tradecraft, but how do you bring in maybe financial literacy? How do you bring in other programs to get them ready for life, when they're not 9 to 5 or when they're not, in their work schedule? Are you looking to expand your knowledge base for these adults and to be frank, I agree with you that most of the organizations leave them behind when they grow out of it. So I think it's great what you're doing, but are you taking them to the next level with life skills as well as tradecraft?
Absolutely, and that's such a great question and such a great point. We work not just on job training, but it also is becoming that sense of belonging in a community. One of the things that we learned very on was it's not just about job training, it's about having a space of belonging. So the Winters family being so generous and philanthropic, they, across a lot of our campus basically, introduced the Winters Athletic Club, which is now an inclusive, open to the community center that they have adaptive sports programs, adaptive basketball, adaptive golf. They do workshops and other sorts of activities that they can belong to. And as far as money...
Go ahead, finish your thought, please.
I heard the bell. No, and as far as just giving the money management, we do have other professionals that do come in and give some insight into manage money. And we just recently started our entrepreneurship program, which speaks to coming into your own creative center.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Christine, thank you very much. Thanks for a great presentation.
Thank you.
Terrific. Great work. Thank you. Amazing folks. You want me to take that? We ready for our third finalist? They're amazing people, all of them. Lazart Studios is a startup where storytelling, 3D design, and collectible art collide. Do I have your interest peaked now? Well, if I do, we're about to hear a lot more from John.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Bob Walsh, 1010 Wins Dime Bank. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is John Lesration. I'm the owner-operator of Laz Art Studios, and I'm the owner-operator of Laz Art Studios, and everything today that I've brought is designed, manufactured, 3D printed by myself in my home studio in the Wayne, New Jersey. And what am I building? Draft Knots. Draft Knots is a collectible, expandable tabletop game in the style of checkers, where you don't just play with plain pieces. You command warriors. Each figure is a unique. Each figure is a unique faction from one of the galaxy's legendary bases, born from the cosmic monoprint. But Draft Knots is not just a game. It's a creative sandbox where creators, makers, storytellers, anybody that has an idea that they want to bring to life, they can contribute. The game is easy to learn. It's checkers based, so just about everybody understands this already. It's cultural furniture, right, checkers? So it's easy to learn, but anybody can come and bring their own aspect to the story. The pieces are all 3D printed by myself, so I keep overhead low. What I do is all produced in-house or with my print-on-demand partners, so nothing ever has to cross the sea to get here. There's no tariff problems, anything that has to deal with inventory hold, nothing like that. Every bit of money that I get can go directly into pushing the brand and to pushing the product. Thank you for your time today.
You might need to put one of your guys back together. When I
Oh,
handed
no,
it.
the wonderful thing is they come apart and they all interchange with each other, so nothing is set in stone.
Boy, I was about to have a meltdown here on stage when I handed it. His arm came off, so it's my fault.
Interchangeable.
I just wanted to do that.
No, absolutely. So very cool and great that the game can kind of change based on who's playing it, and they can kind of contribute and add to it. What have you learned about the customer that this game appeals to, and how are you thinking about reaching out to them, growing the business, getting the word out?
So this is totally, what works very well for this is that this is an industry that is built on the creator and the maker. And it's based around a game that anyone can kind of get into. So it's not just about buying the studio exclusives from me or the 2-player set. You can actually get the STL files, download the products yourself, and print them at your own home. So this bypasses a whole linear supply chain that we kind of like, we've all sort of been hearing of all the supply chain issues, tariffs and things like that. This gets rid of all of that. Everything is made in the United States, designed by me or produced in my home studio or with my print-on-demand partners. So nothing ever has to touch water. You want a set 7 days later from nothing, you will have it.
This is very cool. I personally am very into games and board games. So what kind of player, what would be the other games that sort of, if you were going to pitch this as a movie, like, Jaws meets, Training Day, what is, what is the pitch? Like, what is the, I don't know, I'm nervous too.
That minute 30 goes fast.
Yeah, exactly. So what would you say the player, what's the kind of the genre of this game?
So this is a sci-fi based game. These are little robots that have a sort of galaxy to them. There's a whole bunch of storytelling. The idea is to bring the community to include their own aspects of the storytelling. So you have an idea, you were an artist, are you a painter, are you a digital storyteller? You can add your flair to this. You can print your pieces, make them print in your color that you want to. You can design your own stories, add to the community through Patreon subscription services and through Discord. It allows a community to come together and actually start making their own gameplay ideas, add rules to the community, add the storylines. And so it actually it's not just about what I'm making. That's why I like to call it a sandbox. It's actually more of a medium. It allows anybody with creative spirit to add their end to it and build the galaxy together.
Very cool. So, look, obviously we're pulling for you, and we're hoping for your success. And say you become successful. Say you win today, and you move on, and you sell 1 million units, and you'll have to manufacture 1,000,001 because Rob broke one. But once you've done that, you mentioned that you manage the quality control function right now, even with yourself and your on-demand folks. Say you're selling the kits and folks are printing these at home. How do you envision managing that process from a quality control standpoint, and how do you maintain the integrity of your product if it goes out to everyone?
Absolutely. The IP is incredibly important. So we would be kind of parsing the people who are doing commercial reselling. But as far as the individual licenses, there are, obviously, you cannot resell them, you can't sell the designs, but the prints themselves are very specifically designed and very easy to print once you learn how to print them. So
Finish it.
So once you get in part of the community building aspect, allows for people to actually come and add their own flair to it, which means that it's not necessarily about what I want them to make, but I will provide to you in the community a simple and easy to print and a system that allows for education, building community through going through education systems, schools, municipal centers to have community events and help grow the abilities.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, John. I see Winston Peters in the audience, who runs the Innovation Center at Manhattan University. You guys just started a games course up there, right? Guest speaker, right? Okay. Wow, this is fun. Huh? This is fantastic. If you ask our next finalist, what is his favorite place to be? He probably would tell you that he'd like to be inside a dome, sharing the universe with the next generation. It all makes sense. He's that planetarium guy. And we're about to hear from Thomas Barry. Thomas.
Very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you for picking me as a finalist, and thanks for being here. My name's Tom Barry. I'm the founder of That Planetarium Guy. We bring portable planetarium experiences to schools, libraries, community centers, birthday parties, this room if you want. Any place that can fit a dome, that's where we'll go. And we seek to ignite, nurture, and rekindle. So we want to ignite the love of astronomy in kids and adults who maybe don't have much experience with it. I don't know if you know, but New York skies aren't the best for viewing. All right, in here, you have a perfect sky every single time. So we can go through the 5 boroughs and Long Island, and we can show kids and adults the Milky Way for the first time. And their sound when they see it is just, it's always new. It's always fantastic. So we also want to nurture the love of astronomy for people who are already invested in it, and we want to help them progress to the next level. And finally, we want to rekindle the curiosity in people who maybe kind of say that science isn't for them. We try to keep things simple. We just want to show you what you're looking at when you're looking up. Now, this model is it's scalable, it's flexible. I mean, schools get a field trip quality experience without ever having to leave the building. And they don't have to worry about permission slips, buses, nothing like that. They don't have to worry about missing classroom time for travel. And that keeps the cost in Agita low for them and bookings up for us as people begin to realize that there is no place like Dome. Trademark. It's not really a trademark. You can use that.
Here we go.
This is really cool.
Thanks.
But you know what's really interesting? That looks like the igloo.
It does. Oh, we've been talking.
How are you guys not partners? I mean, come on. By the end of this competition, right?
I'm going to be on rooftops.
There you go.
With
See?
you.
With him. I like it. All
After tonight, we got a little bit of a merge taking place.
right. M&A. We can help you with that.
Well, excellent.
So this is really cool, right? You don't have to take the kids out of school, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you take it to the schools. How do you scale that? I mean, because I would assume that the support behind getting that from point A to point B,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that there's a system that you have to load up for whatever they're looking for, including like if you're tracking 3i Atlas. I mean, that's just one of my things.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But,
nice.
you know,
Look at you.
But you know, how do you take this to the next level?
So everything fits in my RAV4, number one. And I travel. In year one of this, we did programs for 12,000 people. In year two, we taught 27,000. In year three, this year, we're on track to teach over 36,000 people. And that's just with me. Right now, it's a company of one. And the most I can work in a school year is 180 days. But imagine what we can do when we expand. So another person in New Jersey, another person in the Hudson Valley, suddenly 180 days in a school year is 360 days. You know, it's whatever the math is, 360 plus 180, that. So we scale it by spreading out and having other planetarium guys and ladies.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's been the most challenging thing about approaching the schools? Has there been anything that's been difficult about that, or is it welcome?
It's surprisingly easier than I thought it was going to be, because schools are really looking for a program that goes to classroom learning, and social studies, language arts, science standards, all our programs are aligned to those. So when they hear what the shows are about, and I tell them straight up, this is what we're going to do. We're going to arrange the kids outside, tell them expectations before we go inside. I'm going to ask a teacher to come in to help me get to see the whole process and tell them what we're going to see, so that way they can see that it's going to align with their class. The biggest challenge is when you first show up and the security folks are like, who's this guy? That's it, all right? And then you're like, oh, I'm that planetarium guy. And then they're perfectly wonderful and welcoming.
So you use the grant for some merch.
Yeah, exactly right, that merch. Yeah, you get a hat. You get a hat.
This is I like this a lot. You said the videos. Do you have different kinds of learning, or is there just sort of one planetarium guy show, and if I've seen it, I've seen it?
Everything is live. So every show, we don't do anything that's canned. I'm in there talking to each class and going off of what they are asking and what they are observing. We have 2 different software that we use. One is called Nightshade, and that's what's pictured here, and that's Earth-based viewing. And we can go to any place on Earth, anytime, past, present, future. We can go to your birthdays and show you what the sky looked like. And then the second software is more of a cinematic fly-through of the solar system, and we can go all the way out to the edge of the observable universe. So each program can change according to the needs of the class. I can use both software in one day. If the 2nd grade needs me to do one thing, 5th grade needs another thing, and sometimes they do, we can do that.
Great, that makes a lot of sense. I was thinking for the business, you want to be able to sell it back to the school
Oh,
again.
yeah, we can go back to schools every 2 years, and then maybe a year off. I actually developed a 3rd program to go back for that 3rd year. But then with this grant, we'll be able to expand, but also look up a stage show for schools that can't actually fit a dome if they don't have the space for it. Yeah.
That planetarium guy.
Thank you.
Ben, we need T-shirts here that say, that news guy.
That Rob Walsh.
I've been waiting to do this.
Oh, yes.
Now our 5th finalist. If you're in Croton-on-the-Hudson, where do you tip a beer? The answer, the Green Growler, a craft beer store and tap room that is now looking to expand. Let's bring up to the stage Evan Perdomo Cohen. Evan, thank you very much.
Cheers. Yes, I do have some beers if you're thirsty. Hi, everyone. I'm Evan Perdomo Cohen, owner-operator of the Green Growler Bar. We are the first business you meet when you step off the Metro North at Croton-Harmon Station. And we are not just a bar, but we are your living room. We are the Cheers of Croton-on-Hudson, where you can find construction workers, commuting parents, and award-winning musicians rubbing elbows, sharing a drink with a friendly face, and a safe space where everybody knows your name. We were founded in 2011, and since then we've navigated some interesting times and have always been a hub. We do over 130 live local events in our space annually, everything from dance parties to game nights to political fundraisers to jazz and punk shows to and beyond. And unfortunately, our outdoor patio space does not reflect the quality of the offerings that we have within our space. We would use today's grant money to immediately inject businesses locally. We have permissions from our landlord and also have an architect locally, a contractor, and a sign artist all selected and ready to go. And we would utilize the funds primarily to expand and upgrade our space, improve our signage, which would then bring in new business from just the visual aspect of driving or walking by. And as I said, yes, it immediately invests this funds into our local economy. And so an investment in the Green Growler is an investment in our community anchor. Thank you. And if you'd like, yes, we have some of our...
The judges will not, I do not judge, I just drink.
Fair enough. Fair enough. There's more than enough for sale.
Good logo. Good. How much will the patio cost in total? to do?
We're right now projecting a cost of around $8,000, $8,000 to $10,000, because the plan is to do all new composite decking, all new commercial fencing. We also have permission from our landlord to expand our patio further into our shared space. We have a realtor next door to us who doesn't need their front lawn.
They don't party.
So, yeah, no, sometimes. But yeah, it would pretty much all go back into, all of our signs are faded by the sun and, beat up. They've been around for over a decade, so they need some love.
So you're going to give the space a glow up, which sounds great.
Yes.
And are you thinking about expanding the distribution of your beer at all, or is it really just focused on where you are?
So our business's vision is built on the pillars of community and collaboration. So this beer is a collaboration with Yonkers Brewing down the river from us, and a local coffee shop in our town called Matters Coffee. And in terms of scaling, we would want to do more collaborations with other local breweries. Our business serves over 170 kinds of beer, wine, mead, and cider, and most of them are all American made, but with a focus on New York State. So for instance, previous winner of this contest, Harlem Brewing Company, is something we happily carry. It's a delicious beer. All their beers are good. But yeah, so that money would go, directly back into improving our outside, and there's a conservatively projected annual revenue increase of about 15%. And so that would just go back into more collaborations, more community events. All of our concerts, all of our events are free. So we try to make cost not a deciding factor for people to come. We pay all of our business, all of our musicians in a percentage model based off of our sales. So the more people drink and celebrate, we don't worry about a cover. Bands just make all that money off the top, and it allows us to provide an accessible space for everybody.
Very cool. So 8,000, right? Leaves you a couple grand to buy everybody in here around.
Yes, for sure. Hey, we are a 45-minute express train from Grand Central, and we are at the other end of the parking lot. Once we have some new pretty signage, you won't be able to miss us. And everybody's welcome for a beer. Yeah.
How else do you do your outreach? I mean, is it social? Is it how are you, once you invest in the outdoors, right, and give it the glow up, and as you said, and really spruce the place up, how do you reach more to get more?
Well, we're already, we have crafted a pretty strong reputation in Westchester County. We frequently are doing local events and supporting local charities, like I said. So, as this adds to our growth and our profile, we'll push our extra earnings into just expanding our plans and trying to just bring in more and more art.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much.
And by the way, the beer is very good. I just want to let you guys know. Thank you. Well, 5 amazing presentations, and I'm up here thinking about the 5 presentations. 1010 Wins is a station that has been dedicated to small businesses and startups and entrepreneurs, and it's one of the reasons we do it. These guys have a hard job now. I take them backstage now, and we'll only be making, they'll be making the decisions, not me, okay? I'm your guy. No, but this is gonna be a real tough one. So let's go back and try to figure this one out. Mark Basinski, you're on.
About a month ago, suspect smashed the glass door, got in, grabbed the register,
not touching
got
the
out,
toys.
along with 2 cases of beer. No arrests yet. You can see photos of the suspect at 1010wins.com. Anyone who might know something about this?
Once again, let's have a big hand for our judges tonight, doing a great job. Thank you. Gregory from Dime Community Bank, you should be real proud of the work that these finalists did tonight. And thanks to you, let's give Gregory a big hand, did the coaching with our judges. And I can tell you that I'm glad I'm not a judge, because I wouldn't know what to do. I would want to divide the money evenly. So congratulations. Deal, right? Deal. Well, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you very much for participating. Thank you very much for listening to 1010 Wins. As Robin mentioned, you give us 22 minutes, we give you the world. We also wanted to let you know that 1 week from today, starting at 4 p.m., go to the same URL, same website that you applied. It's 1010wins.com/challenge. And you can watch this entire program. You can share it with your friends, family, colleagues, and of course, yourself. So please feel free to enjoy that. At this time, we'd like to call on all of our finalists to come up. We'll be presenting you with our finalist award, and we'll go back and see how the judges are making out. And so I'm going to call on, first of all, Long Island Igloos. Congratulations. Yes, sir. Nope, stay up. Come on. Winners Center for Autism. Just in case you were wondering, the order of the finalists were in the identical order of how the submissions came to us. So the very first was the first in of the finalists. The last was the last in of the finalists, just so you're wondering. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go back to the green room. I do want to point out a couple of guests that we have in our audience. In addition to Gregory, who did the great job with the judging, with the coaching, I wanted to also point out Patty, who is our Community Reinvestment Act liaison and coordinator for Dime Community Bank. Also want to give him a big hand. Thank you for all that you do for the community. Also wanted to point out Lisa Reardon, who is the new branch manager of the new branch of Dime Community Bank on Madison Avenue and 37th. And coincidentally, that used to be First National Bank of Long Island that she was the branch manager of. She thought she was losing her job, which she did. Within about 2 weeks, she had a new job at the same location. So congratulations, Lisa. I will be back momentarily. So talk amongst each other, and I'll be back.
Waiting for.
We got white smoke,
As tonight
right?
the tree gets lit up, this is the one.
All of the Catholics in the audience understand that. But before we,
The tree gets lighted up with a billion lights.
it's here.
Maybe a few short.
But before we have some generous gifts to all of the finalists. Let me turn it over to Stephen.
Mark Anthony, Kristen Chenoweth.
All right, thank you, Rob. So hey, tough choices today, but here's the one choice we don't have to make.
Comes from East Green.
All of our finalists today get a gift card, right? Come on, really? All right. In addition, Gregory, please stand up in the back. You get Gregory. No, I'm kidding. Here's what you get. If you're interested, Dime Community Bank we have a pretty darn robust marketing department, I would like to think. We do. And I am willing to offer that to you to look at your marketing, to look at your social media, to look at your website, to look at everything for free. That means after this, you got to connect with Gregory, let him know you're interested. He will put you in touch with my team, and they will do what they can for you. All right? And we have one more thing, if you would.
I love when the judges do this in the back. And they,
So at Verizon, we offer the Small Business Digital Ready platform. So for any finalist and any small business listening at home, I'd encourage you to look it up and sign up. It's 100% free. You don't need a Verizon relationship to join it. And it will allow you to get access to tools to learn about how to scale your business, and also access to where you can find grants to help accelerate your growth. So I'd encourage everybody to look it up. It's a great great resource for you, and you all have access to it.
what a nice thing. Boy, this is great, right?
So sad I have AT&T.
This is great.
All right, so if you are a finalist, come get a gift card. Come on.
All right. Caring and sharing. Matt, I have a beer for you later on.
Of course. Come in. Mark, get a picture with them. Rob, get over here.
I'm holding this for a second. Okay? Good? Cool. Yep. Okay.
Okay, thank you guys. All right.
All right. Now the moment we've been waiting for. All right. Can I have a drum roll, please? Look at that. The winner of the 10K Dime Community Bank Challenge is that planetarium guy. Come on up.
Thank you so much.
Way to go.
Thank you very much. Of course. Thank you very much.
Great presentation.
Thank you so much.
You,
Thank you so much.
you get to say a few words, but I'm not sitting under a dome.
There's always room in it, and we're going to have beer in those domes. We're going to have it on top of rooftops, and we made a new partnership where we're going to go visit you, and we're going to have 3D printed things in there for everyone. It is, I didn't expect to have to say something. I didn't expect this. The finalists, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with you. It was an honor to get to know you. It's an honor to make connections with you, and I don't think it's going to end here. So to the other finalists, it's a pleasure. That's not going to stop here. To the judges, thank you so much. I know what a hard decision it was, and I'm going to make sure that I make you proud with your choice. So thank you very much. 1010 wins, Dime Community Bank. I can't tell you, this stuff it's life-changing, for the people who have been here before and the people who will be standing here in the future. It's just an incredible thing to be honored like this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to get a lot of kids and adults to look up, and when they do, they're all the same age. They all have the same wonder when they look up and they see the stars. They all go, wow. And now I'm the one saying, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As we close out the program, I have a number of thanks, so bear with me just for one moment. This would not be possible at all that we'd been doing this for 10 years if it wasn't for Ben Maverek, the vice president here. Thank you very much for his commitment to continuing this and his drive and what he's done for this station is amazing. Ben, thank you very much. A special thanks to my colleague who is there every step of the way. We go through the hundreds of nominations we get. Mark Basinski, what a treasure, right? His talent, putting it together, amazing. Mark, thank you very much. Come on up, Mark. And of course, the control room. The folks in the control room that do it all. They make our job a lot easier. Sabrina and Stephen and Alex and Adam in the control booth. You make it easy. The promotional team, headed by Emily, Lauren was just here, Jen and Mike Keller. Thank you very much. Thanks to all of you. To our judges tonight, right? Our judges, Katie and Stephen and Matt, we appreciate your involvement. We could not have done it without you, and we could certainly not have done it without Dime Community Bank. Stephen, your commitment to this program has been unwavering, and I really appreciate it. As Mark has mentioned earlier, please be in touch to watch this recorded challenge. Yes, it will be recorded, starting at 4 p.m. 1 week from today on December 10th. And please spread the word to your family, your colleagues, and associates, and stay in touch with us. You're going to stay in touch with us because, is it Gregory? Is now the most popular person in this room. And remember, come on, repeat after me. You give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world. Happy holidays, everyone.
Can you pay?